Hello, Chris. You've just caught me in a moment of brief reflection.
And where have I caught you?
Well, we're here at Tanto Knife Store. So QT in Melbourne is not just about great food and drink. It's also where some of Melbourne's top chefs come to get their knives sharpened. Speaking of which, you're looking very sharp today.
Oh, that's very nice of you. All right, now that we've sharpened our wits, you and I need to get back to work. This champagne and food won't eat and drink itself. Do you want to head to the bar with me?
Great idea.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so we're here at the very chic Pascal bar. Now, I'm dying to know which cuvee you've chosen for us today.
So we're going to have one of the most extravagant champagnes in the world, the Belle Epoque 2006 Rosé.
Well, if you're saying extravagant, I think I might dress for the part. Oh, well, I'm dressed. We're here. What are you going to teach me today?
We know how to open a bottle of champagne. We know the right glassware to use. So let's look at how to pour. Important to grab the base, not the neck. Slip our thumb in the punnet. First thing you want to do is then taste the champagne, test it. And then you want to serve your guests, starting with your female guests, and come back to your host last. When pouring, we don't want to touch the top of the lid, just want to pour nice and slow and steady, and best to do it in steps. We don't need to race this. Almost 8 years to get this bottle to us, so we don't need to rush. Never fill your glass up more than 2/3. We want the glass to pull and capture the aromas so that we can nose it, especially with a vintage champagne like this.
And it keeps the rest cold for later.
Correct. This is the Belle Epoque 2006 Rosé. It's the most extravagant cuvée in our maison. For me, when I look at it, I just think sophistication. It's so flamboyant, it's elegant, and very rich. We've got these lovely red fruits come through first. So strawberries, there's raspberries, then we're moving to that pomegranate, but then we quickly push into that blood orange, a little bit of apricot coming through. It's got all profiles covered.
I'm interested to see what Chef Andy has in store on that case.
Should we go have a chat?
Let's go. Well, it is utterly delightful to be here at Pascal Bar and Grill. Executive Chef Andy, it's so lovely to meet you.
Champagne?
Thank you. Cheers.
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 So Andy, earlier Chris and I were talking about unexpected pairings. Talk to me about what you're thinking when it comes to the Belle Epoque Rosé.
So today we're making a roasted apple crumble souffle with vanilla ice cream.
That sounds delicious. But in terms of the logic behind the mashing, can you talk me through it a little bit?
We're going to roast the apples, which is going to get a really nice caramel flavour there, which will work with the complexity of the champagne.
Lovely.
The word caramel, I like it. So we've already mentioned that we see a little bit of caramel, that little hints of vanilla within the Belle Epoque Rosé. So I think the racy acidity, that lovely freshness of the lime and mandarin acid is gonna really come through and contrast that creamy richness that we're going to find in the souffle. So some really nice complementing and contrasting flavours.
So there are some beautiful looking ingredients here on the bench. You know, what would you say is the hero of this dish?
The hero of this dish is easily the pure cream from St David Dairy. Fantastic dairy, based in the heart of Fitzroy, just 10 minutes away from the CBD. I've been a big fan of their products for a long time now. They make fabulous butter, but their cream is so rich, so flavoursome. You can almost taste the grass in their products. The best thing about it is that they source all their produce from ethical farmers. They're very conscious about the carbon footprint and sustainability, and they're offering up a real pure product.
Well, champagne and dessert, you don't need to tell me twice. Chris, you know what to do with this. Andy, let's go. Oh my goodness, look at this.
So here we have roast apple crumble souffle with vanilla ice cream.
Well, that sounds like music to my ears, and before this thing sinks, I think we should dig in.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, It's like an apple crumble like I've never had it before. It sort of has this beautiful, airy, light texture that you expect from souffle, but that really comforting, you know, warming, sweet, caramelly flavour from the apple.
So light lifted, matches the champagne. It's a really sophisticated champagne, so it needs to be light and airy and delicate. All those words we hit on. It's not too sweet. Sweetness can be a difficult one with champagne, so it's not masking the champagne at all with that sweetness. Are you going to pop that in?
Well, it's the hero of the dish. It would be
was-
rude not to, right?
I was going to say.
Is this uncouth?
Definitely not. Get it
Too
in there.
late.
I think that cream added in with the souffle, it adds that creamy texture, dulls the sweetness down just a little bit, and actually makes it a far better match. So I'm with you. I'm going to throw mine in.
Excellent. Such simplicity made so sophisticated by such wonderful technique. Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you.
And this beautiful champagne, the Belle Epoque Rosé, a match that you guys can try as well. Don't take our word for it. Now, it's a bit of a bittersweet ending because after this, we only have Perth to go. So I think we should celebrate and commiserate after we're done here and head up to the beautiful Melbourne rooftop.
And do what you do in Melbourne.
Do what you do in Melbourne. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you in Perth.